Welcome to the 5-Minute Nerd, episode 58. Today we're diving into Ghost Story by Jim Butcher, the 13th book in the Dresden Files series. Ghost Story takes Harry Dresden to the afterlife, giving us a glimpse into the spirit realm and an entirely new perspective on Chicago's supernatural underworld. Let's explore this unforgettable journey and how it reshapes the Dresden Files universe. Jim Butcher's Ghost Story turns the Dresden Files on its head, taking a familiar hero on a truly haunting journey. The last time we saw Harry Dresden, he had been fatally shot in Changes. Now, he's returned, but as a ghost. Without his usual arsenal of spells, weapons, and allies, Dresden must solve his own murder while navigating Chicago from a completely new angle. In Ghost Story, Dresden exists in a liminal state between life and death. His mission? To uncover who killed him and protect those he loves from a new threat in the mortal world. However, as a ghost, he lacks the physical and magical abilities that defined him, pushing him to new limits. The book's unique premise forces Dresden to confront situations in entirely new ways, making it one of his most harrowing challenges yet. Being dead isn't a simple afterlife stroll for Harry. As a spirit, he can't touch the physical world, interact directly, or rely on his formidable magical abilities. Instead, he must depend on his sharp wit and tactical thinking. His ghostly form reveals the hidden supernatural elements of Chicago that were previously invisible to him, showing the city's underworld from a different perspective and exposing him to entities that view him as a mere whisper. In death, Dresden isn't alone. He's guided by familiar faces, including the spirit of Carmichael, a former colleague, and new ghostly allies in the in-between realm. These spirits have their own agendas and insights, and their interactions with Dresden are filled with intrigue and suspense. The friends he encounters help him adapt to his ghostly form and navigate this surreal dimension of the afterlife, adding layers to Butcher's world-building as we see the complexities of life, death, and beyond. In Ghost Story, Dresden's powers are stripped away, revealing his vulnerability and challenging his identity. As he navigates his mission in spirit form, the stakes are intensely personal, showing us the lasting impact of his death on those closest to him. We see how characters like Karen Murphy, Molly, and others have dealt with Dresden's absence, which brings a raw emotional weight to the story. Among those most affected is Dresden's apprentice, Molly Carpenter. Without her mentor, Molly is left to cope with the emotional fallout and face dark forces alone. She experiences immense pressure to fill Dresden's shoes and struggles with guilt and grief, which push her to limits she never imagined. Molly's transformation in Ghost Story is one of the series' most powerful and heartbreaking arcs, showing just how deeply Dresden's mentorship influenced her path and sense of self. As a ghost, Dresden is forced to observe without intervening directly. This forces him to question his past actions, acknowledge his mistakes, and reflect on the impact of his choices on those he cares about. It's a humbling experience that adds layers of accountability and introspection, showing Dresden's growth as he confronts his own limitations. Ghost Story pushes him toward understanding what it means to be a true protector, even when physical power is gone, making it one of the most introspective installments in the series. In Ghost Story, Dresden faces some of his biggest existential questions yet, reshaping both his character and the larger series. It's a critical turning point that explores themes of legacy, redemption, and the fragility of power. The book challenges Dresden to face his own legacy and question the consequences of his choices. Through ghostly encounters and memories, Dresden reflects on his life and what his actions have meant to those around him. This introspective journey is both haunting and redemptive as Dresden learns that even in death, he can influence the lives of others and perhaps make amends for his past mistakes. Ghost Story underscores the importance of legacy and the impact our choices have, even beyond the grave. Without his usual magic, Ghost Story highlights the fragility of power and questions what truly makes Dresden a hero. Dresden realizes that strength isn't just about wielding power, but also about the courage to protect others, even when vulnerable. The book emphasizes resilience, showing that Dresden's true heroism lies not in his abilities but in his determination to do what's right. Ghost Story is more than just a supernatural thriller, it's a character study and an exploration of the complexities of power, legacy, and redemption. It challenges Dresden and readers alike to think about what it means to protect those we love, even when stripped of everything we hold dear. Butcher's storytelling reaches new depths, making Ghost Story one of the most powerful and unforgettable entries in the Dresden Files series. Until next time, when we'll dive into another nerd culture favorite, keep nerding out. If there are parts of the nerd universe that you would like for us to cover here at 5 Minute Nerd, leave us a note in the comments. To keep getting nerd culture broken down in 5 minutes, don't forget to like and subscribe.